Okay, so welcome back. We're doing the final two NPCs for the Pathfinder campaign, and today we are doing a human named Nora Cooper, and then a dwarf named Midha Forgeborn. So this is the first human we've done. This is the third in our series of character creation. Nora wears studded leather. I'm just going to go with the book default studded leather that they offer here on Hero Forge and go from there. Let's find some good boots. There we go. Now, Honora is a has a courier background, so she, frankly, she is a rogue, and she's going to be carrying a bag and a short sword, and has daggers. I believe her sheet has her with 4 daggers, but with there's no bandolier or anything like that. So I think I'm just putting 2 throwing knives on the actual mini. Maybe put one on the back, which is pretty much unreachable. No matter which way I spin it, if we go for her other hand draw or whatever, it doesn't work. Okay. As a courier, maybe she's extra. No. That doesn't work. Okay. So, she's a rogue. She's a scoundrel archetype, so she's charisma, more charisma heavy than other rogues. And so I'm going to have this be a friendly, I'm on a job pose and not a necessarily a super aggressive pose. Now, she is going to be wearing the colors of her deity like everyone else does, and she is a worshiper of the neutral aspect of Norgorber, who is the god of murder and lies and generally evil things, but his aspect as god of secrets is true neutral. So she's a courier and worshiper of the god of secrets, and Norgorber's colors are black and gray. I'm going to go about getting the gray a little bit interestingly, I think, here. Like adjusting the daggers for a quicker draw, more horizontal positioning. There. That works. After this video, when I am next week, when I'm going to do more of these, I'm going to create a PC. My gaming group just started a new adventure set in Iberon at Morgrave University. I am playing a gnomish history professor, Professor Algie Knackle, and I'll be making her next week. As I said, black and gray for coloration on Honora Cooper here. As you can see with the leathers, there isn't a gray leather, which is a situation. So I'm going to go with the purple for contrast. I can see if I've missed any spots. Fill all the purple in. Get all metallic fittings in. It's a little flashy, but that will be mellowing down quite a bit shortly. There we go. There's the basics. Now I changed the purple to a gray. It should keep the same gloss effects as leather, but it is now gray leather. Honora Cooper. Very quick build. Do a quick screenshot of her for the group Discord. And I'm going to put in some decals. I did makeup on the halfling cleric Sala, and I really liked how that worked out, so I'll do that here. A little bit of eyeliner. See what else we have going on here. A full. It's a little extreme for someone who's trying to drum up business as a reputable courier. That would be ideal if this was a burglar breaking into houses, but again, Honora needs to talk to people. So I think we're just going to go with black eyeliner. As far as tattoos and such, don't put blood on the bag. I wish there was a way to move the decals further towards the tip of the sword, but there doesn't seem to be. Again, looks good. Now, this is my second build on this dwarf Mita. I have built her and had some issues with saving, so I had to start back at the beginning again. So this is going to go even quicker. She is an ancient-blooded dwarf, a spirit barbarian, meaning when she enters rages, she is possessed by her ancestors, and it's sort of an ancestral rage thing. And she is a follower of Angrad, the dwarven god of war. Particularly, there's two dwarven gods of war. This is the one that is aggressive war rather than defensive. And set by barbarian. When I first was creating this character, I could not find Angrad's coloration. I went with gold and red. He is known as the Forgeborn, and her last name is Forgeborn. He is the Forgefire. And I went with gold and red. I since found that it's actually supposed to be gray and red, so I changed the coloration on the final mini. It's not in this video. Frankly, I like the way the gold came out. As an ancient-blooded dwarf and a spirit barbarian, she wields a dwarven war axe, which is a unusual weapon, a racial weapon for the dwarves. And she does have a anvil. She has a repair kit and repairs her own armor and weapons in the field. I wanted to go for the armor. She's wearing, technically it's scale mail. This is not the scale mail option that Hero Forge gives, but I wanted to go with something that looked old-fashioned because she is sort of an anachronism. She fights more like her great-grandparents than she does herself, sort of vibe. And this is a meeting people at the inn scenario and not a. Basically, it's a job interview. So I wanted to go with a less action pose. Hair is a problem with the backpacks consistently. Trying to get to wrap around or look natural anyway. That's not doing it. I just feel like having a very heavy braid like that thrown over your bag, every time you move your head, it's going to snag and pull and suck. So the answer might be no long braids. I've given all of the NPCs the same adventure starting kit, backpack, bedroll, torches, etc. So they're all wearing the same backpack on the fig. I do like this hair, but it's not practical with the character. Not only does she carry her things, she it's a little rough and tumble, let's say. If I can just get that to fall naturally. That's getting there, but the first build through with this, I couldn't get the hair right either. And then Hero Forge crashed on me. So, started over. This is the redo. I've learned to save it as I go. That hair is not bad. Looks like it's got enough weight that it would be out of the way. Low maintenance. As I said, fairly rough and tumble. Apologize for the neighbor's dogs if you hear them. As I said, this is eventually not the correct coloration for the armor. Putting in all the leather is red. Then adding the gold leather parts in. Then switching to the metals. The look with this one was designed to be a more ancient Greek meets Xena kind of vibe with this armor choice. It is medium armor, it is scale mail, but as I said, this character is a bit of an anachronism and frankly a barbarian. So fairly gladiatorial, I guess is the right look. That is the strangest default position for a holstered axe I've ever seen. So, but it is fixable, thankfully. I think that's pretty good. Yep. Resting the axe on the anvil helps because it's not long enough to rest on the floor. It's not quite a pole arm. It's close. It is a two-handed weapon. I do like to want to dirty her up a little bit with sort of soot effects, that sort of thing. The decals default to red, but going with a black or a brown will have to be more like an aging effect. Just dirtying it up a little bit. That is Meetup Forgeborn. Fix the there you go. Now pull it out so it's not fused into the armor. There you go. That's how you carry a throwing axe. So that is Mita. So next week, Professor Algie Knackle, Gnomish Wizard. Oh, no, still working. Gonna do some tattooing, I think. Yeah, I forgot about this. She has a fair amount of exposed skin. I do like the spiral swirls. I mean, it's tribal and, in my opinion, a little overdone, but she is trying to show the barbarian side of things. Going all white on all decals is a little funny. Go all black on all decals. That is what I needed to do. Like that. Save it. Set here Forge has been acting up for me. I was saving my progress as I went. Let's see how far back I go. Okay, unnamed, so looks like before decals and before adjusting the axe. Throw on the decals. Make all of them black. I shifted to green so I can see what I'm doing because it doesn't match this particular fig. Just go to a contrasting color. Not sure where that one was, but there it is. Everything is black. Let's save. Now let's fix this axe. I'll twist it that way. Pop it out. There we go. Mita Forgeborn. And next week, Professor Algie Knackle.